My family actually, my dad was in the military, and I moved a lot when I was born. Actually, I moved to Germany when I was first born. I lived there for 3 years, and I lived around the country, and we moved back here to America, and we kind of bounced around. Most of my family lives in Mississippi. At least 95% of them live in Mississippi, and that's where my dad's from. That's where my mom's from. That's where I was born. But that's where, like, when my dad was in the military, he moved, and so we had to go with him and stuff like that. But we've been in Merced for about maybe 13, 14 years now. Yeah.
You went to school locally here.
Yeah.
Merced High or Golden Valley?
Well, I went to Merced High. I graduated from there, 2003. Yeah.
You going to college at all?
I'm going to college in Sacramento.
Oh,
this
okay.
is my summer job. I go to college in Sacramento during the year. I work in retail. I work at Abercrombie and Fitch, and I've been working there for 4 years too, so it's pretty fun.
Is that in the mall up there?
Yes, Art and Fair Mall.
Do you have any hobbies?
Any hobbies? Gosh, I love the stage kind of hobbies. I love the entertainment aspect of kind of hobbies. I've always loved acting. I think I'm a theater major. I believe I'm a theater major. Sometimes it kind of fluctuates, but I know I do theater a lot. I love to dance. I'm not a good singer, but I like to sing, so I love all the stage stuff. All the stage stuff is fun.
Okay. You said, is it CSU Sacramento?
No, I go to, it's actually JC, because I want to transfer to somewhere in New York, possibly Juilliard or New York University. I'm looking into both of those. I'm leaning towards Juilliard, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, tell me a little bit about your job here. What do you do every day?
Every day, well, we come out here. We kind of count how many people. There's 2 beaches that you're allowed to swim at. We count how many people's at each beach, and depending on how many are there or whatnot, we open it up. We take all our no lifeguard on duty signs out. We make sure there's no hazards in the sand, no hazards in the water. Make sure all the weeds are picked up. Make sure all the trash is picked up. We get out here. We sit on the chairs. We have rotations during the day. We have about 15 minutes. You get on the chair, and after that 15 minutes is up, one of the other lifeguards, they'll come and they'll relieve you, and you come back and you get to doing your other duties, like just walking around, kind of making sure everybody's okay. In the grass area, you have to monitor people in the grass area too. Even though we're facing the front, facing the water, people can have a heart attack at any time, or we can have someone stepping on hot charcoals or something like that. So we usually have to make sure, we keep our ears and our eyes open at all times, listen for things. We train every day in the water. We get out there, we swim, we take our boards out, we take our rescue tubes out, we try and keep up on our CPR, refresh and all that stuff like that, and we just get it done. We come out here 11:30, we stay till 8 o'clock, till the time about the sun goes down. So that's our job.
So I imagine there's a lot of training involved.
Oh yeah. It's every year, every 3 years you have to lifeguard train, but it's every year for CPR, and I believe it's every 3 years for first aid as well. And we have Title 22, which we have to do childbirthing, and it's like further first aid and stuff, and we have to do all that. And it's a long class. I had to recertify for everything this past semester, and I think my class was every Sunday for about 8 weeks. And it's just from 9 o'clock to like 5, and you just go and you watch videos, you read your books, you go over CPR, you swim, you do a bunch of stuff, and we just kind of, at the end of it, you have to put it all together. You have to put everything that you've learned together. It's like a cumulative like final or something for a class. It's just you put everything that you've learned, you put your first aid in there, you put your CPR in there, you get in the water, you go get the victim out. You usually have people who's playing the victim, so it's just like that. I mean, it's, it kind of outweighs. I mean, I think it's rewarding, like when you know all that stuff like that, and you know that you're a first responder, because you have to be a leader whenever you decide to take on this job, anyways. So it's just, that's what we do. Like, that's our regular basis everything.
Have you had anything happen out here where you've had to have a pretty quick response?
Well, when we first started our season this year, probably within the first couple of days of starting, I had a 7-year-old kid. He had walked on charcoal that was hot charcoal, and someone had poured it on the sand, and they tried to cover it up with the sand. And the little kid, he walked on it, and he burned his feet, and he didn't know what was going on with his feet. He just knew that they were extremely hot. And so that was kind of like stressing and nerve-wracking and stuff like that. And I had to, he was screaming really bad, and I had to like, provide first aid and stuff, and I had to get the ambulance out here to come and, get the kid, because when they burn their feet, it's a really bad thing when people burn their feet, because he can't walk on his feet anymore. So he burned both of his feet. So we had to take care of that. That was one of the more extreme ones, because he was like screaming. He was only 7 years old, and his parents, they were Portuguese, and they really didn't speak the language. And so it was just like, trying to talk to his parents and trying to talk to him and all the other stuff. It kind of made that part of it stressing, but no big deal. I mean, like I said, we train on all that stuff. So, I knew exactly what to do. He had burned feet, get the running water on him, stuff like that. So the ambulance came, they took him out of the park. So, yeah.
Anything funny or strange ever happen out here?
Funny or strange? Actually, a couple years ago, we had an incident with a shoe in the water, and it was over on the wave or the pier right there, and some kid had dropped his shoe in the water or something, and he was pointing at the shoe. And this water is really murky, and you can't really like tell, if it's like a head or a shoe or whatever. So we were looking at it, and the kid was pointing at it, and we couldn't understand because it's so far apart. It's like a really big distance. And so we had to like blow our whistles. The sheriffs were out there. Everybody was out in the water, and basically we just found out it was a shoe. And by the end of it, it was just like, it was extreme. The sheriffs were running. Everybody was running out there just to go get a shoe, basically. And, it was kind of humorous. It was good that we were on top of it, but, it was a shoe bobbing in the water. It wasn't anyone's head, which is a good thing. So I'd rather be a shoe than a person any day. Yeah, definitely.
What's your favorite part about this job?
Oh, my favorite part? I think my favorite part is the fact that we get to be by the water, and it's hot, during the summer. And we get the little breeze coming in. It's 10 degrees cooler here at the lake than it is in town. And usually we work here, 40 hours a week. We're always here every day. So, we get to be by the water. If we need to go swimming, we can go swimming. If we need to get in the water, if we need to get wet, we can get wet. We don't have to, drive or go to a pool, and we're already at work. So it's like we kind of get paid for, having fun and doing our job. So, a lot of us we're prone. We love the water. That's why we are lifeguards. So we just go for a little quick swim, we cool down a little bit, and we're fine. Is there
anything about the job you don't like?
Anything I don't like? I just don't like when the rules aren't followed. That's it. I just, we have rules posted, and, some people feel like rules are made to be broken and stuff. And so, yeah, people kind of pushing it sometimes. But I think that's the only thing. It's just, they're posted, we say them over and over again, and it gets, repetitive and stuff like that and redundant, but it's that's part of our job. We have to do it. So
you said you're probably a theater major.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do later on?
Yes, theater. Yes, I love theater. I've loved it since I was probably maybe 6 or 7. I've been doing it since I've been in high school. That's when I first started getting into drama class and stuff, and I had a couple teachers that were like, they love theater too and stuff, and it just made me kind of love the stage and stuff like that. So I love the stage. I love camera stuff, all that, the props, the improv shows. I am in love with it. That's like my passion in life. Definitely.
Last question. If somebody's thinking about being a lifeguard, do you have any recommendations for them?
Recommendations? I would recommend that they obviously go through the training and stuff like that, and kind of keep up on their CPR and stuff like that, and decide where they really want to work at, because this environment, the lake, is different from working at a pool. And so you might have to, take like a waterfront class or something like that. It's definitely a fun job. Baywatch is not how it is, of course, but, we do have a lot of fun here. You do meet some really good people when you are lifeguarding. We do have a good time working out here. We have a good time because I keep coming back. I've been coming back for 4 years. I come back for the people. And we meet really good people. We work under really good people. Our bosses are really nice. The county, everybody that works in the county, they're really good people. They really care about, what this lake looks like, who works here and the pay and stuff. So I would recommend this job for sure, to anyone who really just wants a summer job and, can kind of take it easy for the summer and, get the cool down when they come and work here. So I definitely recommend it.